booties for black girl nerds.
Thanks so much for taking time to speak with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, Oscar, I will start with you. You've played some iconic workplace characters before. The Office, obviously, being the most obvious. What drew you to the paper, and how is this role different from your past comedic work?
What's that?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I'm not being sarcastic. It's a good question.
So let him answer it, Dan.
I didn't say it. I was under my breath. I was involuntary. We've been here for 9 hours.
No, listen. What brought me to the work is Greg Daniels thinking of this wonderful idea, and how the character compares to other. I like. Listen, the idea of a delusional character is very. I love it. Whether it's Basil Fawlty or Michael Scott or whoever, the idea of thinking more of yourself than you are and being chagrined and stuff like that is a good thing. Oscar, he's a little anal. That's also funny, I think. And he's a bit of a know-it-all. And those are all things that I love to play.
Love that. Gbemisola, I'm going to move over to you. You've been celebrated for your sharp comedic timing and layered performances. How does the paper allow you to showcase a different side of your artistry?
Wow. I think, well, first of all, this is such a cool ensemble cast to work with, and working in this sort of Greg Daniels universe with Michael Coleman as well as a showrunner. I'm sort of walking into a space that it feels like sort of comedy legendary, you know, and I've always felt like I've worked in really scrappy spaces and underdog kind of things. And this is, I think there's definitely an underdog element to this show, but there's also this real prestige with the team and the crew that we're working with. And so there's something really elevated and exciting about, for me as a performer, to be in these spaces with these wonderful comic legends.
Thank you.
Yeah. And also Oscar over there.
And also Oscar.
Don't encourage us.
And Alex, for you, comedy often deals with truth in surprising ways. Did your background in stand-up inform how you played your character in this series?
You do stand-up?
Oh, God. I think there's the funny thing is, I think there's a benefit to it and a weakness to it, which is that I've always felt very present in the scene because it felt like, I've spent so much time playing, but sometimes that means I would break, especially early in the season. But like being present, being on your feet, still feeling, even though there's a tight script, that anything can happen. That is what a really good stand-up brings to their own performances. And I felt like it was so joyful during the scenes because truly anything could happen within the boundaries of what we've said, and sometimes even outside of it. So getting to improvise occasionally with these characters. And when you say improv, it might not even be doing an entirely different line. It might be saying something that's on the page in an entirely different way, or adding a little, fluff to something, or drawing out a pause. Like there's this scene where where Ned Sampson, the editor, asks me if I have any more sources than the person that, allegedly committed a shoplifting crime.
That's right.
And I know the answer that he wants is yes, and I know the answer I'm going to give him is no. And so improvising, flipping through the pages of my notebook, even though there was no other source, no. So like that's a stand-up thing where you take a thing you've said before, a thing is going to be said, and just doing it differently. I'm sure.
Very funny.
I'm sure professional actors are like, that's also acting, but like, stand-up was really, really very helpful and really fun. And you're the first person to ask about it. So thanks.
Of course. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned improv because I talked to Melvin and Ramona. What's that?
How much did he pay you to ask?
He has a good question about Ramona.
We weren't going to talk about this, but
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, it's just funny that you bring up improv because Melvin and Ramona said that they kept everything to the page. So you guys did a little bit of improv kind of.
Melvin and Ramona, that's true, but the way that Melvin and Ramona brought physicality and presence, especially Melvin brings a lot of presence, right? He's
He's a liar.
Yeah. Melvin's not telling the truth.
Definitely did some improv.
Not just.
Those two in the room, I feel like Ramona said a thing and he was like, yeah, what she said. No,
Melvin improv more than everyone.
He definitely had some liners, and sometimes I'll be like,
Excuse me. Melvin improvised in literally every scene he was in. He was always trying to, and I appreciate it as a comic, he was always trying to get an extra joke and get an extra line in. Yeah. You see it in the show, and sometimes Melvin has a little extra tag under his, he'll do this.
I tweeted was a Melvin improv.
Yeah, same with I'm in a group text. Melvin, there are two improvs in the trailer, and one of them is Melvin. So that guy's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
He's lying.
Awesome. Well, on that note, thank you so much for taking time to Black Girl Nerds.
Melvin's a liar.
Melvin is a liar.
He's also a wonderful actor.
That's what we're going to come away with on this interview. Thank
Headline, you. Melvin's a liar.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for taking the time to speak with me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So, Melvin, I'm going to start with you. Looking back at your diverse body of work, what do you think audiences will find unexpected about you in the paper?
A lot of my characters feel like they got it figured out. If they don't, they're kind of, confident, cocky in some sorts. But this character isn't that. He's insecure. He's unsure. He's a people pleaser. He's a puppy dog. I feel like he's a very, very nice guy. I don't play a lot of nice guys, but I feel like Dedrick is somebody that you'd be comfortable with your sister dating. That's how I describe it. Like, if your sister brings Dedrick home, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. How you doing, man?
I can see that. I can definitely see that. And Ramona, for you, what was it like collaborating with this ensemble cast, many of who have very different performance backgrounds?
Gosh, I mean, it's such a blessing. Like, everyone is so talented in some ways that are similar and a lot of ways that are really different. So everyone brings in something that's like unique to themselves. And when you throw us all into a room together, crazy things happen.
Did you guys do any kind of improv? Because it definitely gives improv vibes, these kind of workplace sitcom shows. Did you do any improv, or was everything on the page for you?
We did a little bit of improv. It was mainly on the page. And I think that's a compliment. It's a testament to great writing and us as performers making things feel real. I feel like if it feels like it's scripted, it's either bad writing or bad acting. But when it feels real, it's like we're doing our job right.
Absolutely. And Melvin, if you weren't acting, do you see yourself thriving in like a high stakes environment of journalism? If not, why or why not?
Nah, not journalism. I don't know. I'm not really drawn into reporting news. I'd rather make news. That sounds like a line. It's
or
not
be the news?
Line, but no. I'd rather be changing something, affecting the world rather than reporting people affecting the world. So I respect journalism with the utmost, but I don't know if I have the patience for it. I think it takes a lot of patience and a way to articulate things, to present things in a way that elevates them.
Yeah.
I can't elevate things when I present them. It's like it gets all muffled together. Like right now, it's not for me.
It's a tough job. It's not
job.
Easy work.
Yeah.
And Ramona, back to you. Do you find yourself experimenting with tone in this series, balancing humor with sort of the more darker, more dramatic edges of this story?
Absolutely. I feel really lucky with this opportunity. I feel like in the past, I've played like a lot of bigger than life characters, whether they were extremely like deadpan or extremely like enthused and expressive. So I feel really lucky that this time around, I get to really challenge myself to respond and react vulnerably. And which brings in like a balance of all those things, like comedy, drama. Yeah.
There's always a prankster, a practical joker on set. Who was the joker on set for this series? Or maybe there wasn't.
Yeah, we didn't really have a prankster, but Alex, he had a lot of toys on his desk, and he would play with them. Like
Yeah.
between takes, he'll be like throwing balls and shooting Nerf guns and making noises. So I guess that's a version of like being a prankster.
Oscar's also a little bit of a jokester.
Yeah. Everything is a bit with Oscar. He's great. Like you don't know if it's serious or not because he's running bits constantly.
Was he kind of coaching through you guys through this with his experience doing The Office?
Yeah, Oscar is amazing. We asked him a lot of questions, and he was an open book for us, and he would always check in on us like in between takes and make sure we were doing okay and encourage us and give us compliments, which we liked.
He wasn't like overbearing. He wasn't like a guy like, oh, I've done this before. This is how you should do this. He's just like, he's there. He leads by example. If you have a question, he's super generous with his information and just his insight. He was great to have there. More like a player coach because he's still in the game and he's still doing it, but he has insight, very valuable insight.
Incredible. Well, you guys gave your all. I love your performances. Laughed through and through in each of these episodes. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to Black Girl Nerds. I appreciate you.
We appreciate your time.
Take care.
Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds. Better shake your booties for Black Girl Nerds.